Mackenzie, who are you talking to? Let's hear from them.
Hey, Brian. Yeah, well, first, I just want to bring your attention to this. How this is the church right here, and the family has just arrived on scene. But we are going to talk to one of the neighbors who was actually living here in one of the apartments and just kind of hear his perspective on everything. So I want to ask you, kind of, what are you hearing from police? Because you can't get back into your apartment yet, right?
Yeah, I actually live across the street in the house. It's just blocked off. What I heard so far was just a shooting, a funeral was going on, and some type of incident happened there. Not really quite sure. I'm just trying to get home. Kind of unfortunate events, circumstances to happen, I feel like. But,
and is this the first time you've seen anything like this happen? Is this very unusual? Can you kind of describe what this area is normally like here?
I mean, it's mass shooting like this. I heard there's multiple people that could be possibly dead. So that's not very common at all. I mean, it's not very dangerous at all. I don't think so. I came from Las Vegas, so it's a very tame, different environment here, I would say.
Yeah, because normally, one of the neighbors we were talking to said that this area is pretty quiet. Nothing like this he's ever seen before. How long have you lived here? Is that safe to say for you as well?
I've been here since 2007, so yeah, I would say this is like the first time I would ever say something like this to an extent of this nature has ever happened here.
Okay, and then can you kind of tell me, so you're living over here, over right across the street here. He's living right across the street. We want to show you where he's living. Can you pan over there for a second? So he's living right across the street there. You can't get in. What are police saying to you when you try to get into your house? What did they say?
Not much really. There's just an active event going off. Might be a few hours before you can go in. That's about them. Not really saying much information right now. That's pretty much about it.
What's kind of the overall feeling that you're feeling right now with everything going on too?
I mean, I wouldn't wish this on anybody, so I feel like it's very unfortunate circumstances. You know, I just feel like in today's day and world, I mean, I just don't wish violence or any type of shooting or murder on anybody. I just think very unfortunate situation to happen.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And Brian, we're going to send it back to you.
Mackenzie, thank you very much for continuing to talk with folks there. That's oftentimes our best way of understanding what is going on and the community reaction to it. We know you'll follow up and talk to some more folks there. But now we talked to another person on the scene who has a personal connection to this, and I want to play that soundbite for you right now. Let's roll that tape.
I was inside, and then I walked outside, and all my cousins were laid on the floor, getting shot, got shot, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're at a funeral.
Sorry.
This is a funeral viewing, and then now it's probably going to be another couple more funerals.
So you were saying a little bit earlier that you were at a funeral for one of your other cousins. Can you kind of just walk me through what was going on here tonight?
Oh, tonight was a viewing from one of my cousins that passed away just a couple of days ago, and we should be taking him back to California for his actual laid to rest, his funeral. And tragic happened. 4 of my other cousins got shot, and they're pretty much, I think they're dead also. So yeah, it's crazy.
My goodness, your hearts go out to this family dealing with a tragedy and now having more loved ones killed, others fighting for their life in the hospital right now. Again, 8 victims total, 2 of them dead, 3 in critical condition, and another 3 being treated. We're working to understand their conditions. Let's bring back in Mackenzie Diaz there. She talked to that gentleman a few moments ago. But I do have a question for Mackenzie. What is the feeling out there right now, and what are you seeing from your vantage point?
Yeah, Brian. Well, let me just address this. We had to move our camera over to a different place, so sorry about the bumpiness there. But we are seeing dozens of family members just right outside of the gate, watching as police are just working still. It's very, very solemn. They're visibly upset. We've seen some crying and some even just sitting on the ground. It's a very, very solemn atmosphere here tonight as people are just waiting for more answers.
Yeah, I appreciate you handling this with sensitivity, Mackenzie. You know, we don't have the camera trained on those grieving family members because they deserve to have some space and some privacy as they come to terms with what happened earlier this evening. And here's where we are, folks. The latest numbers from police: 8 people shot when some kind of a fight broke out outside of a funeral. I believe the man you talked to described it more as a viewing than the proper funeral for this person. 8 people shot, 2 of them dead, 3 in critical condition, and 3 people being treated in the hospital. We're unsure what their condition is tonight. And here is this family, Mackenzie, viewing their loved one who had recently died, trying to say their goodbyes, very tender moments inside that chapel, when someone opens fire in the parking lot. And now what was a tragedy has ballooned because several people have died and others are fighting for their lives. I cannot imagine, Mackenzie, what it must be like for this family.
Yeah, and I think there's a mixture of shock, as I was talking to one of the family members, and grief, and just anger, frustration. They don't know anything about, the suspects or suspect, and so there's a lot of unanswered questions still. I think that the family, even we just tried to ask them some questions just now, and they're just like, we don't want to talk to the media, and rightfully so, understandably so. It's a very, very sensitive situation here tonight as we're trying to both get more answers from the family, from police, and just trying to figure out what happened. If there is a safety threat to the community still, we're still working to figure that out as well.
Yeah, Mackenzie, thank you for handling this with respect and dignity. We know that that's how you operate, and we appreciate it. We'll check back in with you in a few minutes as you work to collect some more information.